let's talk about some more Halloween sitcom episodes.
I guess.
We did Family Matters last year. This year we're going to do something a little more keeping with the season.
Scary.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
The Chilling Adventure.
No, not the Chilling Adventures. Something much more enjoyable.
Praise Satan.
Phelan, what's your history with Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
I would watch it sometimes. I didn't catch it that often, but I watched it a bit. It's been a long time.
Did you like Salem?
Yeah, I think the cat puppet was funny.
Ooh!
Salem, you look ridiculous.
You were terrified and you know it.
I saw a behind-the-scenes segment about Salem, like, around the time that this was airing, and they were like, yeah, this is what we do to get the cat to talk. It's amazing we trained a cat to do that. And I believed them. Dumb kid me is like, of course, they trained a cat to talk. Like Mr. Ed, they put the peanut butter in his mouth, and that puppet looked like a real cat to me.
You can hardly tell when they do the switch from the animatronic to the real cat.
I trained at RADA, got my technique there, worked in New York on my more emotional Stanislavski training. Came west, boom, magic happens.
I wouldn't know how to take care of it, but I'd love that puppet.
I think they only had one, so they just did like reverse shot when he's talking to another cat in this episode.
Oh yeah, they didn't make another one for that. They just put like a little scarf on it and it's like, girl cat.
Mm-hmm.
What a lush.
I watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch growing up, like you. I saw it occasionally, was on. I really enjoyed it. Some years back, I watched through all of it, but I have next to no memories of how all of that went down, so a lot of this is going to be pretty new to me. They did Halloween episodes every year except the last year, which is probably for the best, because it got pretty stinky near the end, so...
The college years.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the first Halloween episode that they did from season 1, A Halloween Story.
Core the pumpkin ghosts come play. Halloween, oh happy day. Halloween, oh happy day.
This is a bad Halloween story.
It kinda is, though. I remember them going all out for their Halloween episodes, but it might have been they
just them
ramped
starting
it up.
to get going. This is a really early episode in the first season, too.
Yeah, it's pretty early, so it's a lot of like Sabrina learns lessons about being a witch. She's recently discovered that she is a witch in the movie that led up to this.
I'm a witch.
Well, dear, as long as you're happy.
What we learned from this is that witches kind of have a shitty Halloween. Like, they're singing Halloween carols at the beginning, like they have this huge big deal.
Yeah, like, oh joy, it's Halloween, I love Halloween. Then it's like, actually, we have to go to this boring dinner.
That is not what All Hallows Eve is all about. It's a time for remembering the dead.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
There's a family get-together going on where they remember the dead. Apparently this is like a big tradition with witches, or at least their family, to get together and do this.
Was it the aunt's sister or their cousin?
It was their cousin.
I think I want to listen to Cousin Marigold brag about how married she is and how single I am.
So that would make the little girl her Sabrina's second cousin? Is that how it works? I don't know how family trees work. She is also a cousin, daughter of the aunt's cousin.
In reality, she's much more closely related because she's Melissa Joan Hart's sister.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to put everyone you don't like in a jar.
That's what my psychologist said. So I put him in a jar.
So they have this like get together, no Halloween decorations around, so I don't know what the witches are enjoying about Halloween because they get it for 2 seconds before they go to the other realm, which is a recurring thing on Sabrina. They go to the other realm for magical stuff. Meanwhile, there's a Halloween party going on with Harvey, and Sabrina wants to go. Harvely Bartley!
Harley, Barley, Harley, Harley.
And Sabrina wants to go to the party with Harvely Bartley. So stupid bitch Libby won't get him. So she makes a double of herself. Some sort of trouble ensues, kind of minor consequences for this.
A few years her sister could have played the double.
Yeah, she looks a lot like her in older photos. I don't know how recent her IMDb photo is, but she looks a lot like her.
I did like they had some darker jokes, like Sabrina's second cousin putting her teacher in a jar, and he's like, I want to live!
That was pretty funny.
Thank you.
She was the daughter of the cousin who doesn't raise her right. She just doesn't punish her so she can do whatever she wants.
I want a reanimation!
Cousin Marigold is played by an actress who was on Buffy the next year.
Amy's mother.
Playing Amy's mom. She was like an evil witch. She was trapped in a trophy, and it's like a through line through the show. You see her eyes?
This cheerleading trophy. It's like its eyes follow you wherever you go.
Don't. I'll cry.
She was typecast as a bad witch mom, because she was kind of a bitch in this one too.
Yeah.
They had a pretty cool cameo from Sally Jesse Raphael.
Oh, man!
Yeah, it was something.
That's hip.
And then Sabrina talked to Stunt Granny.
Granny?
Now here's the secret. She's a stunt granny.
Voiced by Salem. Weird.
How's that for pile-driving Miss Daisy?
She talked to her grandma, which is like a nice thing because her grandma's dead.
She got like a resurrection ticket to visit with someone who died.
Yeah, it was kind of a sweet thing. I was trying to figure out, because I didn't remember, and you didn't remember either. It's like, are her parents dead? Or apparently they're alive. In case you're interested in the deep Sabrina lore, her mom can't see her or she'll turn into a ball of wax.
Yeah, real Marisol.
Yeah. I wish that's what they'd done.
And her dad just sucks.
Yeah, and her dad just sucks, apparently. I think it was a solid okay with this one. I laughed at some of the Salem stuff. He was talking to like a drunk cat, and that cat let loose some gossip about Cousin Marigold, who's kind of judgy about the aunts not being married.
And she's getting divorced. Wah, wah.
I'd love to. I'd love to.
I thought it was really bad when Sabrina makes her double and she has to like program in 3 phrases it can say, and one of them is, yes, I'd love to. It's like, you probably don't want your double just blindly agreeing to something.
This only happens for sitcom logic, because you know something stupid's gonna happen, and her double agrees to go streaking to liven up this party where, like, all of the dudes have dressed up as James Dean.
Yeah, she gets along with Libby, which is funny.
You know, Sabrina, your new do-what-I-say attitude is really great.
I like that all the costumes are definitely like things the writers came up with, because they're like all dated things, like, I'm gonna be James Dean and I'm Jackie O. Like, sure, yeah, kids in 1996 are, yeah, James Dean's and Jackie O.
You're insulting the writing of Frank Conniff of Mystery Science Theater 3000 fame?
How do you know he wrote that?
You know what? All of the old black and white movies that were so boring were his doing on Mystery Science Theater. He's like, ooh, is it old and boring? I love it. Frank Conniff, I will say, did play, I think, the youngest character on Sabrina.
Oh my god, Rudy, is that you?
Papa.
I do think I remember seeing this one back in the day. I have slight memories of this.
Oh yeah? All the great
So it's one of the
Halloween.
ones I saw during my random Sabrina watching.
Well, I know I've seen it, and I didn't remember anything. From
I didn't remember anything. It's just like, oh yeah, I think I sort of have a recollection of seeing this is about it.
Well,
It's a good anecdote.
My tuna's coming up.
let's watch the
Yes,
next
I'd
one.
love to.
Yes, I'd love to. Hi, I'm Barbie. What's up?
Hi there. I'm Barbie. What's up? Hi there. Hi there. Barbie. I'm Barbie. What's up? I'm Barbie.
I never say that.
I never say that. Hi there. I'm Barbie. What's up?
Anyway, let's watch the next one. Whee!
Immortal Halloween. How quaint.
I need you guys to tell me no. Don't you want to spend a quiet Halloween at home?
This is more important. Your first party.
Blah!
Whoa! It's a Sabrina Sonic Halloween, the best crossover.
If you ladies don't mind, I got a lot of new territory to mark.
A river of candy corn runs through it. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I was thinking of with Sabrina Halloween episodes.
Proper Halloween bollocks.
I love they start this off by dismissing the first one.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're not seeing relatives this year. Forget that thing about it being tradition. That sucks.
Zelda's
so
even
not...
like, eh.
Yeah, Zelda's like, I'm not into it anymore. I called them and said, we can't make it.
Am I the only one looking forward to this?
Yes.
I called them and told them that we just can't make the family gathering this year.
And apparently it was as easy as that. Sabrina
We
didn't have
can't
to
make
do a
it
double.
forever.
Yeah. Sabrina didn't have to go through the trouble of making a double and all this stuff.
Granny? Oh, I missed you so much. Oh.
You mean we're not visiting relatives this year?
She's a stunt granny.
The intro of this one, she does the last costume, and it's a witch one. She goes, "This is so not me," even though it was basically her Halloween outfit from the first season.
The skirt was a little longer, so
it was
that's
longer.
not her.
Hey, I look really cute.
This is so not me.
I was trying to think, how did this one begin again? Salem says something sassy and then commercial break?
I think so. They got furniture.
They got furniture, and this is important to the episode. They get furniture from the other realm, and then it turns out that the furniture is talking furniture.
Isn't that always the way?
Yeah, and that and a series of other mishaps ruin a party that Sabrina is holding because her dumb friend Valerie volunteered her to have one that year.
It's kind of weird because, Sabrina does not want to have this party.
Yeah.
Even though it's okay with her aunts and everything. She's like, no, tell me no, that I can't have this party. Like, why does she not want to have the party?
It kind of seems like in both episodes she causes her own anxieties. Like, everyone else is cool, and she's just like, she's stressing about this, you know? Like, she's like, I can't handle simple things. And it turned out the solution to all of this was nothing. Everyone thought it was all part of a Halloween gag, so she could have just done whatever the fuck.
They piped in like a gas that made them all high. And like, oh, yeah, I guess it's all Halloween shit, man.
Hey, stop making that house! Come back here, I mean it! You know they tried juveniles as adults in this state now!
I like Hilda's Halloween apron. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
She was making candy corn, and something went wrong with the spell, and she ended up with too much candy corn, and that's the river of candy corn.
A river of candy corn?
They have a running thing through this episode that they're like, oh, candy corn's for babies. High school students won't want this. Then when it falls through the wall, they're like, ooh, candy corn.
Yeah,
They dive into
candy.
it like they're Scrooge McDuck.
I don't know why they thought kids wouldn't want the candy anyway. That's the other stuff they put out, is like some chips and candy and stuff. Like, not candy corn.
Not candy
They don't want
corn.
candy
That's for
corn.
babies.
In case you didn't notice, we're not 5 years old. Candy corn?
What am I, 5? A river of candy corn?
A bunch of high teenagers are gonna want candy. They got the munchies.
They were getting high on witch's brew or something.
A river of candy corn.
They had a lot of good Salem one-liners in this one. He threatens the talking furniture that he's gonna cut them.
Ya.
I'll cut you, man.
And then he calls that one douchebag a loser.
Yeah.
Say Asher. Asher. Loser. Loser.
Loser. And he's like, I love it. Insult comic cat.
Oh, I liked at school. They just had this Dracula sign that said, welcome to the hallway, I
That's
guess.
the decorations they could find at the time. Like, I don't know, welcome sign. In these shows, they always decorate way more than schools actually did. I feel like in elementary school, early on,
maybe
there were
once in a
some
while you'd get a
Halloween
good
decorations,
Halloween,
but
yeah.
high school, no, nothing. Boring. That's why sitcom Halloween's great. It was a little bland in the season 1 episode, but in this one, they went all out for it. But no one wanted to dress in costume, which is weird, because in the previous season, they all dressed in costume, but then they were like, this is adult Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't wear costumes,
we
except
wear
for Valerie's a
turtlenecks
duck.
now.
Yeah, we wear turtlenecks. We're adults. This is a little side tangent. Some friends of mine got married, and this is like a little after high school, and they decided we are adults now. And I remember us going shopping at the mall, and they were just buying bland gray turtlenecks because they thought that's what adults must do. We must put away childish things. We won't like our fandoms anymore. We're adults who wear turtlenecks, and it was the most boring thing I've ever experienced.
This had more to do with the episode than that.
How's the party going? People are reading. You better do something quick. I'll be right there.
This episode had a better cameo than the season 1 episode.
Yeah. Remy's hero.
Hey, I like these guys. Yeah. Remy Zero! Wow! It's the 10,000 Maniacs!
It's 10,000 Maniacs! Yeah, Remy's hero!
Wow! It's Remy Zero!
It's like when they realize like that they think everything is just part of the Halloween party. She's just blatantly using magic, and I'm like, I feel like there's a limit to the suspension of disbelief. Like, sure, they might believe you have some animatronic cat or furniture or whatever, but like she's just like magicking things out of thin air.
She's getting a professional band to play her little Halloween party. It makes more sense how they got this big band here than, you know, the Bronze having these big bands for no reason in Buffy. But it's like, how does this get explained after, though? Like, what does the band think happened?
What does the band think? I could believe that maybe the students are like, oh,
stupid.
She's rich and got this band to play.
She's so rich.
I don't know, she just magicked their memories
She should have more
away.
people sucking up to her if they think she's that rich.
Is that 10,000 Maniacs?
They brought in the quiz master, and I had to remember who the fuck the quiz master was. This
is someone who pesters her once in a while.
Yeah, it's just someone from the other realm that comes in to give her pop quizzes about witch stuff.
Man, I've been to Amish quilting bees that were more happening than this.
He just came under the guise of giving her a quiz, but he's like, really, I was just super bored and I wanted to come to your Halloween party.
What you're saying is you gave me a quiz when I was having a nervous breakdown for no reason.
Basically.
Yeah, and then he dances with Valerie, who's dressed as a duck, and she's embarrassed. And they don't really
turns
care.
him into a pumpkin, too. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Turn me back, woman.
Turn me back, woman.
No one seemed concerned when Valerie fell through the floor.
No.
Not even the ants. They should be the responsible adults in this situation.
Yeah, well, you think Sabrina would have cared a bit more, too. She's like,
No, well, she was kind of an asshole for volunteering for this
yeah,
party.
Like, so, you deserve your fate.
To, like, outdo Libby.
Goodbye. Yeah, Libby didn't do that much in this one. She just came by to be like, oh, my party sucked. Oh, you got a real band?
She went, hey, is that 10,000 Maniacs?
Yeah.
Is that 10,000 Maniacs?
It's the 10,000 Maniacs!
And then the Halloween carolers show up, and they have a really long Halloween carol, even though Hilda asked for a short one, and we know they have short ones because they were singing them at the beginning of the last one. Assholes.
Could you people bug off?
Marvin, could you possibly be nice to the new owners? Couches are from Mars. Chairs are from Venus.
I hope that the talking furniture got burned.
Please, alert the authorities! I beg you! Oh.
Yeah.
They were annoying?
It's just annoying. Yeah, they went on about the dumb termites from the other world, which are just like construction people that eat the wood or something.
It's funny. Aren't you laughing?
A good gag.
A couch who's allergic to cats? Finally! Someone whose life is more pathetic than mine.
Let's move on to the next Halloween.
The next one!
Got Salem with us now.
Oh, Salem here. Good? The episode we just looked at, Goodwill Haunting.
We learned the real pronunciation of Sabrina.
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 Tonight's terrifying episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Salem told us.
Yeah, I feel like Salem fever has begun. So now you get the opening and the ending with Salem. You get a lot more one-liners with him because he do a funny.
Salem do a funny.
Salem do a funny.
Salem, please tell me you're throwing your voice.
Not me. Too many caramels.
This wraparound really has nothing to do with the rest of it, but it maybe they were like, we don't know what these stupid short wraparounds are going to be for this, so we'll just do this. We have like 30 seconds for an opening and an ending. It was kind of funny at the end, though, when it was like a time loop.
Yeah.
Another twist to add to this.
It never ends!
No!
Huh? Ah! It never ends! Ah! Ah!
So the plot of Goodwill Haunting. They have another family get-together that they're avoiding. Aunt Beulah. Apparently she had a really boring Halloween party one year, and the aunts do not want to go to it. Sabrina ends up having a double date at home.
Valerie invites people over again.
Valerie, you invited people to my house again.
She invites people over again.
Having a double date with Harvey and what's her boyfriend, Bartley?
Hardly Bartley.
Bartley? I don't know. I think his name was Justin. I don't remember this character.
And Justin.
They have a double date, and then the aunt sends a haunted doll there to cause trouble.
Real Stevel.
A real Stevel.
You always have to have a haunted, like, puppet or doll.
Yeah.
Fight.
This one is not as good as Stevel, I will say. It was voiced by Tara Strong. Does that mean anything to anyone these days? I don't know. Reputation tanked a little bit, but the Halloween kitty does not want anything to do with this. She was offended by my scarf.
Molly Sparkle or whatever.
Yeah, Molly Sparkle.
I'm a Molly Dolly, and I'm gonna get you.
But not the weirdest cameo in this. Apparently, according to IMDb, a mummy in this is played by Ringo Starr. What the hell's going on in the 90s?
He's just eating his pizza he wouldn't actually eat backwards.
A mummy pizza. Oh, and then the aunts have to go to Aunt Beulah's party, and then it turns out it was a theme party, and they thought they were really at an asylum or something. I don't know.
Well, they didn't even get that revealed. They have the sign that falls down when they go in for the dun-dun-dun insane asylum, but then they're like, actually, it's just a theme party.
Yeah.
That was to no one's benefit. Yeah, but the audience. No one saw that.
It's a pretty good prank on the audience. A little Halloween pranky poo.
Hi, I'm Gary Owen.
They have someone who thinks he's Gary Owens, who sounds a lot like Gary Owens.
Yeah, they do have a lot of cameos in this. There's more people that we haven't mentioned. You'll see them, and if you know who it is, give yourself a pat on the back. Shout out in the comments to who you recognize.
Man, who sounds like he's Gary Owens. Wowzers.
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 He was a voice for Inspector Gadget they didn't use.
Yep.
That's why he's saying wowzers.
If you like cocktail wieners, you'll love our new cheese log, made with 100% cheese and 50% log.
I don't know if I have that much to say about this one, to be honest. I mean, it was fine. It was, I liked the stuff with the monsters being summoned to the house.
There's this really weird part when Salem pops out of the laundry basket. They have this super directional, harsh light. So it's just this weird little circle of light around Salem.
Yeah.
Why is he generating light? And just like, it's just apparently to highlight the puppet a little better. But
yeah, well, it was a weird time to do it because they had just done an effect shot with the doll, like with lightning. And so he pops out of the laundry basket and it looks like he's glowing. And you're like, wait, why is he glowing? And then the next shot, it's not as harsh. So it's like, what?
You can see, too, when Sabrina walks by him that she covers the light momentarily.
Yeah, they do it on her face at one point, too, but it's a warmer light than they use around the rest of the area, so it makes it look like she just has really weird foundation on.
Yeah.
Way to go, Sabrina! My plan to pretend I was a coward worked.
I like that. The aunts get their brains put into chickens.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, that seems like it's a dilemma. Then their aunt, the aunt's aunt, she somehow, I guess, reverses it off screen. They act like that's a problem, but then they have to go and get rid of the evil doll, and just off screen, the aunts have their brains put back in their bodies.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. They just do whatever the hell with the magic in this.
This is Sabrina. Who cares?
Who cares?
So, you guys want to stay and watch the rest of the movies?
No!
Well,
let's
Justin
go to the
didn't
next
die,
one.
so...
Yeah, well, I wish he did.
Let's go to the next one!
Ah!
Episode 81, The Phantom Menace! Whoa! That'll tell you when it was made, huh? Phantom Menace references?
Phantom Menace. This is more like Salem, the almost college years.
Wolf the Raven, bite me.
Yeah, this is at the point in Sabrina where it's in a transition stage. It's her last year of high school. She's
Valerie's
mentoring.
dead.
Valerie's dead. She's mentoring a young witch who has just joined the mortal realm. And in this episode, she gets a job at a coffee shop. And I hope that you like seeing the coffee shop if you're watching Sabrina, because you're going to be seeing a lot of it.
I do remember seeing a little bit of her in this coffee shop, but like I have no memory of this version of the intro that's on this one.
Oh, secret. It's not as good as the other one.
No, I just remembered her in front of the mirror.
I'm one hot tamale.
She's moved on from that.
Yeah, now she's in a bubble.
Yeah, she's in a bubble because she's moved on from the kitty stuff. She came down in a bubble. You know that meme? See that video?
Nope.
About the witches and Wizard of Oz? I'll play a clip of it and you're gonna laugh.
Her sister was a witch! And what was her sister? A princess! The Wicked Witch of the East, bro! She wore a crown and she came down in a bubble, dog! I'm not fighting with you.
Trade roll.
Grow up, bro! Grow up!
Get educated!
This episode also introduces us to Josh, Sabrina's love interest.
Replacement boy.
A whole quarter tip.
Could it be him or Hardly Bardley?
Hardly, barley, hardly.
She doesn't like Hardly Bardley anymore.
Yeah, she makes this joke about, like, this is what happens when your mom smokes when she's pregnant. Like, he's brain damaged.
I guess that's what happens when pregnant women smoke.
You're the best.
She has no fucking interest in Harvey in this episode.
Garbage.
Ew, get out of here.
No, he had to help teach her the fun of Halloween again, because he came and helped TP the place and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I guess she hates Halloween in this episode.
She's trying to be mature.
Yeah,
she's gonna wear
she's gonna wear
turtlenecks.
turtlenecks because she's mature.
I'm done with all this kid stuff.
She gets this job at the coffee shop. The next day, she's left in charge on Halloween.
Yeah, this is all on this owner guy for thinking that's a good idea.
Stupid Josh. He's a fucking idiot.
I'm also the cashier, the table busser, and the bouncer. As a matter of fact, you know what they call me?
What?
Josh.
Also, if he owns this coffee shop and he's dating a fucking senior in high school, get out of here, you creep. Ew. Yeah, he teaches her how to bus a table, and he's like, yeah, you can make the coffee and run the shop.
So you've got no idea how to make coffee?
None. Come on, it can't be that bad.
You're hired.
She makes crappy coffee, and then she wakes some zombies up with it, and then they dance around to a replacement track. We had to look up the French copy of it to see what actually played during the episode.
De toutes les façons d'y rester, la pire est d'être tué par des zombies. Je n'ose pas regarder.
It sounds so replacement tracky because it was.
Yeah, they had a replacement track in the previous episode too, but I didn't remember enough to care about it. I do think that this was a worse episode than the last, but it has more to talk about. They have Edgar Allan Poe in this, and he's played by
himself.
By himself. He's played by an actual descendant of Edgar Allan Poe.
The fourth.
Edgar Allan Poe the fourth.
What is that ringing?
A telephone. That's how we communicate these days.
Haven't you people ever heard of email?
Incredible casting. 10 out of 10. That plot was a little more interesting than the coffee shop stuff, but the zombies were fun.
Mm-hmm. But then the aunts and him get scared by Salem's story.
By Salem's story, and then their hair sticks up. That's good.
How do you like my new litter box? Halloween!
This one opened the same way as the last one, with Salem doing his little bit. He's like, oh, I'm going to tell you a story, which is really an episode.
Yeah, but unlike Family Matters, they actually filmed a different thing. For the next one, they were less lazy about it.
And just keep having Salem say, keep watching the skis every episode.
Yeah. It got really repetitive, but man, people loved that cat.
Well, if no one wants to listen to my horror stories, I'll just go shred some beloved sweaters.
You were saying too, this happened after season 1, but the puppet is noticeably better than it was in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
They put a little more budget into it, and they're like, people really want to see Salem, so we better make sure he looks good.
Yeah, we're going to be using that cat a lot.
Yeah, and the animatronic was pretty sophisticated, I would say, for a sitcom at this period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So Good job.
Yep, got much more of a real cat-looking face now than the season 1 one.
Hey, where's my biscotti?
Anyway, anything else to say about this episode?
Nevermore.
Nevermore? Let's move on. We're done.
We're having a party!
I didn't say that.
So you're one of those witches who celebrates Halloween the other way, staying home and being a loser.
The longer these go, the more tired we get. Like,
Year 5 of Sabrina.
Wild party, Sabrina.
Yeah, woohoo!
Man, that was a terrible intro.
yeah, it's pretty bad. We're into the college years at this point. There's many rotating characters. The show's getting pretty stale. You can tell by the quality of the episodes, the quality of the new characters they've added that provide basically nothing.
Yeah. Like, now she has the worst friends she's had.
There's nothing more lame than Halloween. And I know lame.
Hey guys, having fun? I'm standing here with Miles. What do you think?
Yeah, she has a bunch of shitty roommates in an apartment that she rents, but they have to keep coming up with excuses for her to go back home to see the aunts in Salem.
Oh, your favorite niece can't just drop by to say hello? How much laundry have you got? 3 bags.
Really stretching things thin.
Yeah, they didn't have that much Salem compared to some of the other years.
No, they had to come up with like a little subplot for him.
Yeah, which is Salem horny.
Why are you leading me toward the bedroom, kitty? Do you want to show me your little mousey?
Salem horny, and then she has him neutered at the end, so I guess...
That'll all change once I have him fixed.
You were joking, right? Hey, this isn't the way home.
That means you'll have to be neutered.
You know, Salem was a guy who was turned into a cat, so she had a human turned into a cat that cut his balls off.
Vampire slayer.
Muffy, are you alright?
Didn't mention too that the stupid coffee shop guy turned into a Buffy-looking vampire for a second in that one.
Because Halloween was haunting her. She was trying to escape Halloween in that one, but in this one, she loves Halloween because she's accepted her fate. She has to embrace Halloween.
It's like the opposite of the one where she's worried about the live furniture and people seeing supernatural stuff. She's like, I'm gonna throw a party and also I'm gonna bring monsters because screw it.
She goes to a party planner in the other realm and rents out a bunch of monsters for a party. She wants it to be this big thing because all of her roommates think that Halloween is lame.
There's nothing more lame than Halloween.
This is unrealistic that college students would not like an excuse to drink. So she has this party at her aunt's house while they're at another event. She does it without their permission. Things go awry. She dresses up as Little Bo Peep, even though she's trying to convince her friends that Halloween's cool. And I think that's the opposite of cool.
Dude, what a lame getup.
She's like, oh, I'm so worried about, you know, what's the coolest costume?
Yeah. So during the period where Harvey's dead.
Yeah, Harvey's dead at this point, and the rotating cast, they're like, she's gone to college, she's got to be cool and hip. The Josh thing didn't work out. He's dating the dumb redhead now.
This is one of the rare times that I'm being sincere.
How about when you told me I was a great kisser?
We'll talk.
Who's another character they've added. There's like 3 or 4 different people like that are providing nothing.
Yeah, Harvey's plane was shot down over the Sea of Japan.
It's funny that like this has become somewhat of an ensemble show, and yet it did focus almost exclusively on Sabrina. So it just felt like all of them were like, good job! I said a line! See you around, Sabrina!
This was better than season 4's Halloween episode, though.
Do you well, I guess.
It's not great, but I think it at least had a bit more Halloween stuff.
This one had another replacement track in it. Yeah.
It wasn't quite as noticeable.
Yeah,
because it wasn't as blatant as the other one.
I think because they had a lot of party noises to blend in with it, so it felt less silent.
Yeah.
I liked Salem dressing up as a sheep. You looked real cute.
Silly sheep cat.
I was in a good place. Muffy's lap. Luckily, she left her scrunchie.
He wanted to get together with Muffy, and Frankenstein wanted to get together with Salil Moon Fry, who was playing one of the roommates, because he wasn't getting along with his wife. And then they got them back together. Sabrina got in trouble. I'm not sure they really got into the consequences of her throwing this party, though.
No, not
Like, she got a little scolding, and then they got distracted by the Frankenstein thing, and then they didn't come back to that.
No.
Let's grab a bottle of Colt 45 and put on some Luther.
Don't mess with me, Jack.
The ants were invited to a party. It was like the opening of a new galaxy or something, but it was like a literal dump.
This galaxy's a dump.
I like the boob joke they had with Zelda, where someone's looking at her cleavage and she's like, stop staring at my planets.
Would you mind not staring at my planet?
They had a James Bond guy at the party that they hated. He had a martini, he's like, shaken, not stirred.
Shaken, not stirred.
Sorry, 000.
But then he left the planet party to go to Sabrina.
You meanie.
When I watched through Sabrina, I had a really good time watching it, but it got really downhill when it was going into these later seasons. And watching it one episode per season, it really speeds up the process. It's like, oh, it feels like there's less good Sabrina than I remember.
You're gonna get whiplash from all the changes that keep happening. It's like we had the stability for like 2 and 3, and then it just seems different every year.
You will applaud when I leave.
Anyway, let's watch the last Halloween episode.
Season 6, the end.
Ah!
Unless you solve this case, you and your mortal friends will be trapped on this train. Forever.
No!
Phelan, there's been a murder! On the Halloween Express!
I say a murder of a sitcom.
We're murdering this video. And on a low note, actually, I don't think this is really as bad as some of the other ones, but it wasn't really that great either. It feels like this could have taken place at any time.
It wasn't that Halloweenish.
They call it a Halloween Express, but I mean, it's really just an Agatha Christie murder mystery type thing.
Yeah, like you said, it could have been any episode, really. Didn't feel that special for Halloween.
Is that one of those totally pathetic whodunits?
Where everyone has to play a stupid character?
And solve a fake, idiotic murder?
That any moron could figure out.
Harvey is back.
Hardly barley.
And
he's
now
more dangerous than ever because he knows her secret and he's gonna make Sabrina pay.
Hurly burly, hurly.
I think that redhead is also gone. She was in this episode. I forgot she was in this episode.
She's gone. She's the countess.
No, yeah, that's right. She was here.
May I present the Countess Admira?
Delighted. I find modern travel so exhilarating, don't you?
She's not dating Josh anymore. Josh is dating Sabrina. Now they got the love triangle thing going on. It's extremely boring, but it was satisfying when they go on the magical train ride that Josh is the one murdered, so you don't have to deal with him for the rest of the episode.
He really is dead!
It seems kind of flipped how Sabrina's sort of done with Harvey in season 4. Now he's a little done with her, seems like. Is this another magic thing? Ugh.
Yeah, he knows about her being magic at this point. I think it's supposed to be he's pining for her, because that's what he's talking about when he's this Biff whatever character.
Biff Buffington, international tennis star.
Like he's saying like he loves her, but this Josh guy or whatever, whoever he's supposed to be in the fantasy has stolen her from him. So they go on a Halloween Express. Sabrina is like, I want to have the ultimate Halloween party, so they go on a theme train, and she doesn't realize that it's another realm train, and she should have known that because Salem is the one that suggested it. Pretty dumb.
I had my heart set on riding the rails.
Well, there's no reason you can't do that.
Salem forgot, apparently.
He was like, I really want to go on this train, and no one's wanted to go on this train, and then like she's like, all right, I'll go on this train. He's like, I'll just stay home, actually.
Oops.
I did like, I think this was in the last one, I did like that he was distracted playing with a scrunchie.
Yeah, that's a very cat thing.
Yeah, I guess that is sort of in keeping with Salem, that he'd be a real piece of shit. He's like, oh, go on this train, and then forget about it, and then like, oh yeah, I guess she took her friends on this murder mystery magic train.
Welcome aboard the Halloween Mystery Train, where murder is our business and our business is murder. They make me say that.
The initial conflict that they introduced in this episode is that she has to hide that this is a magic train from all of her friends. But then by the end of this, they've just forgotten about it. They get turned into these characters. They're not acting of their own will. She's the only one acting of her own will. And then by the end, they don't remember any of it.
Yeah,
So
like, how is that fun?
yeah, I don't know what they think happened. And then Sabrina is all upset because she wants Josh to support her in her love of Halloween. He's supposed to be like, yeah, this is great that we went on a train and apparently did nothing.
We went on a train and I got roofied, I guess. I don't know.
He really is dead!
He just gives a very hollow apology, too, for not supporting her. He's like, oh, yeah, sorry, toots.
Because
Bye.
Josh is so fucking boring. Even Harvey's kind of boring by this point because they're trying to make him like more mature college guy. Like maybe there'd be a reason Sabrina would want to get with him.
And time permitting, wrap things up by streaking across Old Lady Blankenship's front yard. But streaking is never the answer.
Maybe he'll make her pay.
I feel like everyone is kind of acting like too cool, and it ruins the comedy. Like they're trying to be like, we're the cool college show, but then like they're not.
Especially Punky Brewster.
Yeah, I feel like her line deliveries were not very good.
Murder?
Murder?
Great, something else for me to clean up.
And everyone had to do a stupid accent for this, and none of them could do accents.
Murder, murder, murder.
Schnitzel! I seem to have snapped my pipe.
And then the ants, they jump the train at some point. They come with Salem, and they put the real cat in a couple of costumes.
Yeah.
This Baudier is simply rife with clues.
It's really mostly to get Salem there.
Yeah,
because the ants,
because they don't care about the ants.
They don't really do anything of consequence. Like they make out
with that guy to find out the same thing they already found out.
So like we found out Sabrina's the killer.
It's true! It's true! I'm the murderer! I killed Josh!
That was weird that it was stemmed in something that was really happening. Like, was she subconsciously trying to murder her boyfriend?
Because that was happening before she went on the train.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the train thing. She accidentally takes a piece of that Halloween crappy candy, but it's like a magic one that has unicorn in it or something, and it's fatal to mortals.
In large quantities, essence of unicorn is fatal to mortals. The poison need not be ingested, but can easily be absorbed through the skin.
I like that your least favorite Halloween candy is poison in this story.
Yeah. Halloween kisses.
Yeah.
These are awful.
But she put this in her pocket before the train thing happened and then accidentally poisoned Josh with it. But also,
it's kind of funny because I noticed her doing that. I'm like, ew, she put that in her pocket, but it was a setup and payoff thing.
She did that nonsense for this.
Yeah.
He really is dead!
But that would imply that she really did want to murder Josh.
Yeah.
And also,
subconsciously, she wants him dead.
And he was fine by the end, so it can't have really poisoned him unless the train magically unpoisoned him. Like, it feels like a lot of things happened outside of the theme going on in the train.
Yeah, the mystery hadn't even started by the time she accidentally poisoned him, or accidentally poisoned him.
He really is dead!
The audience wanted to poison him.
He was poisoned to the show.
Dust the body!
For fingerprints?
No. It's filthy.
I guess it's nice that they did some costumes and stuff, but I didn't care.
I didn't care.
He was real tired at this point. I guess
it was nice they did costumes stuff, but I didn't care.
I didn't care, because it's like the show's so tired by this point. It makes it feel like there's no good Sabrina, even though there was a good portion of Sabrina, but it's just a sad, kind of like, not funny version of Sabrina.
Any thoughts on what I should go as for Halloween?
Off the top of my head, fashion victim?
Alright, so you want to rank which one's best?
Yeah, let's rank them. I think I liked season 2 the best.
That's what I was thinking.
And then,
3.
Was 3 the movie one where they're watching movies together?
Yeah.
Is that really the second best?
I don't know. I mean, it's not 4, not 5, it's not 6.
2, 3,
1, 5. I'm going to say because I thought it had more Halloween than 4. 4 had too much to do with the coffee shop and just like her getting the job.
I would rank 4 as the last one and then 6 above that because like it's not the best Halloween episode, but at least they're doing something kind of different. True. I mean, Sabrina did do a lot of crazy stuff, so it doesn't feel like in the Halloween spirit that much, but the coffee shop sucked, and then in the Halloween Express they killed Josh, so
yeah,
there was
I guess there's that. I think we agree.
All right. Is this the end?
Yes.
This is the end,
This is
friend.
the end. As Sabrina always says, I guess she had the haunted doll in the one episode.
Not really funny, haha.
Hope you guys enjoy your spooky month. That's the end of the Sabrina one. The first few seasons still hold up all right. See you around. Secret. Secret.
But mine only blows bubbles.